Okay, Ryan Taylor, Ryan Taylor, Ryan Taylor, Ryan Taylor. Since you want to come in the comments, give me a day that you would like to have the link dropped for you so you can come at me on my live. Ryan Taylor, Ryan Taylor. You think that it's me that's creating this mess. Well, how so? These are not my stories. These are their stories. I don't know why you would think that, because I'm telling their stories. Ryan Taylor, because what? I make opinions on the stories that are being publicized out here. Ryan Taylor, you sound like a damn idiot. And you know you need to move around about my dang on comments. All you have to do is ask for the link, and I will drop the link for you to come up there and try your best to cuss me out or whatever you think that you have the energy to do to Papoose. I'll drop it. I don't have a problem. Make sure that it's a weekend. Yeah, hi Sheila. Oh, I'm good, honey. I ain't going too far. I'm not too far. But that's what you think, and respectfully, I respect that. You know what, Ryan Taylor? It's so easy for me now to come on tonight, right, and talk about what you just put on me about somebody else because it's happening. So you can take your behind over there to where the people are actually publicizing their drama and give them your energy, okay? Because one thing you will never catch is my personal business, whether if it's good or bad, to the level of what these people are putting out here for people like you to pass judgment on it. Is that what you're mad about? Are you mad because my life cycle is not out here on YouTube streets? Are you mad because of that? Is that you want me to put something out here so you can have something to talk about Pap? Would you feel better? Would you feel better about that? I think that you're just mad because just maybe I happen to be one of the smartest out of the batch. You mad at me what? Because I'm now out here doing this goofy stuff, but I can voice about the goofy stuff going on. Like for instance, right? Because I was just somewhere and now I'm going back somewhere so that I can wake up and go somewhere else tomorrow, right? So I was listening to old boy, right? And you said that, oh, I'm creating this mess amongst these people, right? And I can ask you, how many times do you think that that boy has said that he is done with this stuff, right? He's not going back and forth with this stuff, right? But yet then, he went over there to pull somebody else's life so that he can critique somebody's life story. Okay, I'm not the one out here with someone's document reading what happened to them in their personal life. That's not me. Second of all, to be honest with you, I can care less about what happened to people in their personal life. I don't care. You have to understand that. But that boy sat over there and just went in, pulled a deposition pertaining to Sylvia's personal life. Now, this is after today. He does this today, tonight exactly, right? Now, he done cussed and yelled and hooped and hollered about that Nyla's content over there, but he sure went over there to get a piece of it, to talk about it. Pap don't do that. Not to that extent. No. Now, don't you find it weird and crazy though, Ryan Taylor, that Infamous Sylvia came on Nyla's live to put out her whole situation of an incident that happened in her personal life, and somebody else grabs it and want to lobby the story in a different way, want to find the lies to big ups themselves. Ain't that's the weirdest crap ever, Ryan? And you think that I'm not gonna talk about this story? Girl, you got, or boy, you got to be nuts. You got to be nuts to not think that I'm not gonna do so. See, just because you pull somebody's deposition pertaining to something in their personal lives and they shared it on another screen in the storyline that they wanted to use straight from the horse's mouth, it takes an idiot to come behind that to try to point out the freaking lies, like just to big up themselves. If you're separated from them, I can't understand from the action of this guy of what in the heck defines separation. I don't understand it. But it's for me to have a clear and concise understanding about it, and that is why I choose to run my shits and giggles show on it, because at the end of the day, he could read that paper from the top to the bottom, flip it over from the back side, from side to side. You do not see infamous Sylvia sitting in a jail for whatever that incident was for no goddamn life sentence, not even 2-3 years. There's nothing in there that says that she served this amount of time, but he likes to express his opinion about how well she took the blame for it. Okay, and what did the blame get her? What is it of his business to be trying to contact somebody in her family to put money on their book? Somebody he don't know, and it's ludicrous. But you want to put in my comments of how you think that I'm starting all of this mess out here. I think that what you're trying to do is challenge how smart you might be, thinking that I am. I might be a little bit too smart, right? I might be a little bit too articulate or too precise of putting my information on what's going on out here. And I don't even know why you would put that much focus in it when I keep trying to tell you for shit over here, because I refuse to get myself that deeply involved, not because of consequences behind it, but because of the emotional effect that it can take on a person out here. And I don't set myself up for that shit. I got a water bill for $78. Bitch, I'm already emotional enough. Okay? So that yin yang crap you to put in my comments, which I'm not gonna block. I ain't on that blocking stuff like that, right? I like to read it. I'm gonna read it again so I can laugh, Ryan Taylor, at your crap. Now, find you some business. And I promise you, you better not ever come out that shell and drop some of your stuff out here, because you going to be next up on the shits and giggles platform over here, whether you like it or not. You know what else you mad about and other people? You people can't get pap on nothing on breaking the law pertaining to anything concerning these people in their drama out here at all. I'm too smart and I'm too smooth and quick for you. How about that? Which means, in a nutshell, I ain't got time for it. I put my life above everything. I know how to tie my shoes tight and walk like I'm supposed to walk out here. My giggle and shits over here makes you that damn bothered, then don't freaking watch it. Or better yet, how about you take your complaint down there to the county where you live at and file one on me, stupid bitch? How about you do that? And let's see how well that works out for you. Infamous Sylvia told her story, which I can't understand. For the sake of me, I don't give how much of a two hoots of an open book that you want to be. But when you open that book up, yes, this is what's going to come back and hunt you, with people making and twisting your stories to fit their narrative about what happened. How in the hell could anybody sit out here and listen like I did? But I do it for a reason. And I'm doing my reason right now. I'm acting out my reason, right? And listen to this boy tell you a whole story, or based off of a deposition paper, right, work, right? And he goes and make it his narrative about what infamous Sylvia was guilty on and what should happen. Now, somebody tell me who died and left him above the law. That same deposition paper that he read on her actually went through the freaking court system. Prosecutors read it. They actually wrote the shit. Or the grand jury wrote it to see if they was going to indict and bring her in. Well, she got brought in. What happened after that, Booker? Nothing. Doesn't appear. She doesn't mention anything about her serving any time about that. But because the way you throw your words out here, which is a poker bear words, you're hoping that somehow the middle or the end of the story would get fed out here so you can eat. So you can eat. And you tell me, Ryan Taylor, who's the freaking fuck is messy? Huh? Who's messy? Who's keeping up the chaos? And you want to know my opinion about why the chaos is being kept up out here? It's because he lost his star freaking witness that he was betting on to win this case against infamous Sylvia. So now he wants to go and dig up other people's platform content that was created, and also don't like that person to play pieces of their content to try to prove that he's making a point and he's right about someone's lying. So what are they in, Ryan Taylor? A lying competition? That shit is ludicrous. It's insane. How do people want to have a battle going on based on who's lying on their personal storyline that they choose to put out? That's the most insane shit. You only got one choice: standing in the background or on the sideline or in your front window peeping in. And that is, you either believe it or you don't. But trying to correct it and establish the other person's narrative about what happened in their personal life is plain freaking stupid to me. Here's the reason why, and in case you haven't noticed, it is the same way that was apprehended out here on these streets when R. Kelly got locked up. How the hell do you know all of R. Kelly? How do you know this? But it's done in her daughter Ruth. It's insane. the conclusion of that was, and if you had a God-gifted brain sitting on top of your shoulder, you would know that that boy was not there. If it was that bad, you go and you ask him, Bookham, then how is it that you are now above the law, but the people that is the law that sat in there doing this deposition write-up and then take these people to these courtrooms for a light hearing on it to find the truth behind the matter of her daughter Ruth, right? That they did not find her guilty. You make that make sense. Make it make sense, because according to Bookham, who is above the law, seems to believe that her story is terribly untruthful and she should be in jail for life. According to him, he didn't even understand what she said that they found her guilty of. If you dig deeper into that, Bookham and Ryan Taylor, you'll find that basically they're saying that she is not adequate enough to understand or take care of a child with certain disabilities. That's basically all it is. So they charged her unable to take care of a child with disabilities. You want us to sit over there and stretch the finding of that charge to the utmost of her serving a life sentence on it. But however, here's my thing with that though. What are you going to do about that? What can you do about that? Well, you already don't talk to her. Y'all already separated. So I'm trying to see, why was it necessary for him to put a 10 on a 2 on a 10? I can't understand that. He don't even talk to her. Is this to convince the whole wide world to be like, oh, okay, well, she can't be trusted. You can't do that. You already expressed that about the woman. Nobody's out here that's putting themselves in a position that I can see that is about to go lay in the bed with the infamous Sylvia. This boy has really been hurt. And then to lose his star witness at the same damn time. Yeah, they put a bullet. Now, that what behooves me, though, Ryan Taylor, right? Because you don't like because my storylines and my opinions, right? What behooves me is, right, he's done, he's away from her. But he's still running around here trying to dig up some stories to find whether if she's telling the truth or the lie on some stuff. And you over here in my comments. Go over there and help that boy find the truth to everybody's freaking storyline out here. Go do that. He above the law. She lied on this. She lied on that. She lied on this. And we sitting here watching his butt in a court hearing over there with Judge Manning and in there talking bouffalet ass shit. Judge Manning asked him one specific freaking question. And he started off with some freaking stupid video that didn't even pertain to the question asked. So you know what he said? Sylvia asked him. You could ask Sylvia a question. Some stupid question about some stuff that had nothing to do with that. And that Judge Manning shut that down. You know why? Because she, rightfully so, like, that's not what I asked you. Tell me what it is that she did to you. Where is the threat also to him from her? On his first go round, he shot his own self in the foot. He needed a minute to go dig up another one of these old crazy ass videos out here from people, from these two people that was once friends for a minute, but because these friends done went separate ways and people hooked up with that, if you really look at the whole narrative of this debacle, Bookham did all of this to himself based on a choice that he chose to make, and that was to come out here with boxing gloves to defend several people. Had he set himself where he was sitting Acting like, oh, I care for this person. I'm gonna be for this person. I'm gonna be for this person. I'm gonna be for this person because somebody is saying something to this person or whatever. He had to come out here and create all of this distraction up in this community for putting up a defense for different people because they didn't have a backbone. So he decides put himself on that pedestal to create and start all of these different type of fights out here. Ryan Taylor, get your busted ass up out there, hide and go seek ass behind that avatar that you behind. And yes, I said it. Be mad at me because I strategically kept my ass up out of this stuff. Don't be mad at me because my personal life ain't out there. Don't be mad at me for the word to talk about. I got more sense than that. I don't need to do that to have a friendship with somebody. Get your ass out of here.